Hey, what's going on, Levi?
Craig,
Soulful Growth.
and today we're back with another video. Today we'll be talking about boundaries and how to apply them. That could include physical boundaries, intellectual boundaries, and spiritual boundaries. There's a whole lot of boundaries out here, y'all. Levi, tell them about the boundaries that you're dealing with right now.
Sure. Great topic, man.
Great topic. For
Great,
sure.
great
For sure.
So, yeah, there's a lot of people out in the world right now in this society that are habitual line steppers. They're habitual boundary crossers, right? So one of my first ways of actually applying boundaries to getting these people out your life is just point blank telling them no. Yep. So I'll give you an example. For me personally, I had somebody ask me for something today, and I know this person. They asked me for something today that really was kind of an odd request. And they were like, hey, can you do this for me? And I said, no, I won't do that for you. In particular, no, I didn't say all the rest of it. I said, no, I'm not doing that for you. And I just kept it like that. I kept it pushing. We keep it P around here.
Keep it P.
Keep it P.
Keep it P.
But so boundaries really, I think what's really effective about boundaries is it's a way to safeguard yourself. It's a way to safeguard your heart. It's a way to safeguard your mental well-being. It's a way to safeguard your self-respect. So if you don't have boundaries, you're like a leaky bucket. What I mean by that is if you have no boundaries, you're essentially a bucket with self-worth inside of it that's got a hole in the bottom that every time you give in to somebody, that self-worth is just draining out. So if you don't exercise boundaries and lines with people that they do not cross, lines in the sand like you don't cross here, and when they do, there's got to be consequences of that. And see, me and Craig, we're big dudes. I'm 6'3". I think he's 6'1". We work out every single day. So for us, there is an added benefit of like, we're big guys. So when we say no, generally people aren't going to question that. The reason they're not going to question that is because we could impose a serious threat of bodily harm to them. We'll just say that. We're very imposing guys, so we can actually back it up with these right here.
For sure.
Let's say if it was a woman in particular and you want to exercise boundaries, what you have to do is you have to be firm. And you cannot go back on what you were saying. So if you say no once, you can't let it slide and then go back on your word, because then that just shows weakness. There's a level of weakness there that essentially puts that hole in your bucket, and your self-worth will start draining out, and you'll feel it too. When you should have said no to someone and you say yes and you go back on something, you can feel the power leaving your body. You can feel the power coming out of you. So you have got to be able to exercise the word no. Period. It's as simple as that. You've got to learn no, and I've said it in previous videos. No is a complete sentence, and it doesn't require an explanation. So that was one of the things I was going to talk about. I got a couple more, maybe about recognizing when people are starting to infringe upon your boundaries. But where were you going to go with that?
Basically, a little situation which, on my behalf, on boundaries, I used to have a big problem of saying no. You know what I'm saying? I say yes to everything. Anybody want me to do something, I say yes. People, they want me to drive for them, I say yes. And at the end of the day, when I did engage into them activities on what they wanted me to do, off me saying yes, I put myself in a fucked up situation.
Absolutely.
When I should have been like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So off me saying yes to a whole lot of people, it pushed me to really stop fucking with them on one part. And the second part is you'll get a long way with saying and telling a whole lot of people no. So on my behalf, it didn't change my life, y'all. So everybody, if you keep saying, if you just try to teach yourself to say no. You can say it in a nice way, a very polite way, a respectfully way. That's how I try to do it anyway. And if they can't respect it, then fuck them. That's on my part on the boundaries.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he's so correct when he says that, because if someone gets mad at you for exercising your boundaries and your right to say no, they don't belong in your life anyway. If they can't respect your boundaries, just like what he said, fuck them. Fuck them, for real. They don't need to be anywhere around you. They don't need to be anywhere near you. because they can't respect your ability to not want to put yourself in a fucked up situation, like what Craig was saying. A lot of times we say yes when we know we should have said no, and then there's consequences for that. There's consequences for that on you, you know.
Yep.
It's not just for the other person. It's consequences on that for you.
For sure.
You know,
for
when
sure.
you should have said no, when you say yes, you in a fucked situation, and you're like, oh man, I feel so bad. Why did I go through with that? Why did I let this happen? It's your own fault. You don't start exercising some boundaries out here, man, especially in 2025,
Oh yes.
which I'm thinking is the year of the judgment. Something seriously big is coming. We got videos on. Stay tuned. Stay tuned out there.
Stay tuned.
But, you know, that's going to catch up with you faster. You know, we really got to start taking accountability out here. I mean, the time, like I said before in several other videos, time's running out. It's time to start exercising your rights as a human being, as an individual, and protecting your damn self.
A big thing I thought about too, relationship boundaries.
Oh
You know what I'm
man, we
saying?
could have a whole
A
series
whole damn
on that.
paragraph
A whole
book.
series on
Yes,
that.
for sure. Relationship boundaries to me too is a big thing in my life. I mean, it used to be anyway. It's like I don't know. You can call me crazy, or you can call me whatever you want, but I feel like it should be boundaries in relationships.
Oh, several.
know,
you got to have several. In
Several,
place. Yeah.
several for sure. And I feel like if you don't have no boundaries in your relationship, or it could be, it could be with a female, it could be a friend relationship, or whatever the case may be. But they'll try to run over top of you. They'll try to do things that you won't agree with, and they'll keep doing it if they do get away with it the first go round. So if you don't have boundaries on that specific thing, that you'll just get ran all over top of, and I don't feel like that's right at all. So make sure y'all got relationship boundaries too, and it doesn't have to be with a real relationship. It could be with friends, family, whatever the case may be. I'm sure you could relate to a whole lot
Oh
with
man, I can
relationship
relate.
boundaries.
Yeah, I can relate with that 100%, and it's got him.
Yes, yes.
I can relate with that definitely, because one of the ways that I've found that is the easiest to do boundaries is in the beginning. If you start off with, these are my expectations, this is what I need, this is what I expect, and I'm not going to have anyone in my life if they can't meet that standard, bare minimum, then you're really setting a precedent for the other person. So luckily for me and Craig, we just kind of know each other's boundaries. We don't really even have to worry about that with me and him. But with other people, we're constantly having to set those boundaries. We're constantly, you know, you see us on here and we're really good friends and we're really kind-hearted people. We're really genuine people. But you know what? Sometimes out in the world, we're not really like that. I mean, and not to say that we're inauthentic, but it seems like you have to be a lot more harsh with people nowadays. You have to be a lot more cutting with people. You got to get right to the point. Like, you ain't gonna fuck me over, period. It ain't gonna happen. Or there's gonna be some definite consequences. You know what I'm saying? Some real consequences on that one. And so I think the easiest way in any boundary type of situation that you find yourself in, you have to nip it in the bud initially. When you start seeing things going off the rails, when you start seeing things going off the track, you have to immediately check it, nip it in the bud, and move on.
Y'all.
And if they continue doing that, there is going to have to come a point where, you know, you may have to get physical with someone out here. That's why I said to the women who watch our videos, and we appreciate you guys. We appreciate anybody who watches our videos. Doesn't matter which gender you are. We appreciate you. We love you guys to death. But with the women in particular, you're going to have to set boundaries up front, be stern about it, and then do not go back on it. Like I said, do not go back on your boundaries. Once it's crossed, boom, cut the person out. Cut them off, cut them out, just like that, because people will use you, abuse you, exploit you, and they'll try to take you for everything you've got. Me and him have been through it. I mean, me and him have been through this several times. And so what I was going to ask you is, what do you plan to do moving forward? Now, especially that me and you have got this channel, we're actually influencing people. We're trying to help people. Moving forward, what's going to be your strategies to deal with people who are hard to get along with in
Mm.
your way of like boundaries? Like,
To be honest with you, my what I'm planning on doing, I plan on just really not letting every single person get into my circle.
Mhm.
So I mean, they're gonna have to really be a great person, or I'm gonna have a good vibration, good energy off of them to actually bring them into my life. So moving forward, I'm gonna just stay focused on what I got going on right now and keeping the people that I have in my circle, including my boy Levi.
oh, 100.
And you
Fill
know,
me in.
life is great right now. I ain't got to worry about people backstabbing me. I ain't got to worry about somebody talking about me behind my back. I ain't got to worry about none of the negative things that stress me out at the end of the day. So I'm gonna just keep moving, pushing, keep going forward, keep doing what I'm doing now, and I feel like God will just lead the way. You know, He'll just bring all the blessings to me. On that point.
Absolutely. And I guess working on focusing, like identifying who those people are and getting them further and further away
yes,
from you.
yes, for sure.
That's definitely one thing I aim to do. Well, really, like me and him have said in previous videos, we started on our New Year's resolutions back in September of this year. But for the new year and moving forward, I'm going to do exactly pretty much what Craig was talking about, removing people from my life that don't need to be there, adding the people that do, and keeping that inner circle small. Remember, if you've got no one and you're watching this YouTube channel, you've got us.
Got us for sure.
You've got us for sure. And you can always reach out. And anyone who leaves a comment, anyone who leaves an email or shoots us an email, we will get back to you personally. We will directly get back to you. But moving forward, you got to be able to identify who's wrong in your life and get them out of your life. Distance yourself, pull away. Like he said, you don't have to be rude, you don't have to be negative, but you can't live your life trying to worry about other people's problems. When other people bring you their problems, that's their problem. You don't have to deal with it. Straight up. Get comfortable telling these people no and exercising your boundaries. And I mean, whatever you got, you thinking close it on out?
With that, yeah, you worded it and said it quite well to me.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate it.
At the end of the day, I feel like there's nothing else to be said. You know, just like, comment, subscribe, and if it's anything else on your mind, Levi, you can throw it out there.
That's it. Like he said, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share the video and reach out to us on email. It's our emails are in the description. So anything you guys don't want on a comment on the video, reach out to us on email and we'll be sure to get back to you or we'll answer in a video.
God bless.
God bless.